to Mo greater, hip-hop savior, yeah, Mo paper. I guess they hate me cause they judge me what I say is right. Chase the light, sacrificing costs, I could pay the price. Had a gift as a teen, I was more than just...
Well, my government is Khalid Ronald Rajah, originally from Southside Jamaica, Queens, born in Brooklyn, raised in Queens, reside in Long Island, New York. And yeah, man, I'm an artist, musician, that type.
Yeah, I'm moving through the cold like a polar bear. I'm learning that a real man knows how to control his fear. I'm still learning.
Man, it was a long time ago. I had to be maybe in, I think it started in 9th grade. And I was with my boy, E Mills. He used to have, you know, a little laptop with the little stick mic, and he used to always, like, you know, make funny raps and joke on his friends and stuff like that. And I came to that one day, and you know, we was just enjoying ourselves, having fun, just making, you know, whack records, like just dissing each other, whatever, just having fun with it at first, you know. And then, you know, over time, I kind of just thought, like, you know, maybe I should actually start writing. Maybe I should start writing some lyrics down. Maybe I should, you know, see if I can actually put a rap together. So, you know, I used to try and write, and of course it was horrible. But I mean, everybody, you know, you start, you know, from the bottom. That's just how it is. You're not going to just be nice starting out writing. So, you know, I started to put some raps together, and, you know, started trying to rehearse them, and you know, over time I got better, of course, as I keep writing, and we would record songs with each other, make a lot of songs with each other. You know, they were horrible back then, of course, the quality, everything. But, you know, over time, you know, as the months passed, and months, and then years, I got really better. And, you know, when I used to go outside at school, in high school, and people would circle around and everybody would freestyle and rap. And, you know, I would just come into the circle and I would start spitting. And I remember this one day where I think it was after midterms, and everybody was outside. You know, they would wait for their friends to finish the test, whatever. So I came out, and then, you know, there's a lot of people around. And they start, you know, I heard a cypher going on. So, you know, I stepped in. I wanted to see the competition, see who's spitting. So I remember I got in there, and then somebody asked me to spit. So I spit. And, you know, it was crazy. It had to be like, you know, maybe like 15 dudes outside. And, you know, I was nervous, man. I was nervous as shit. But, you know, I still had to prove myself. So I went there, and they asked me to spit. And I spit about, 16, I think it was. And, you know, everybody was bugging. Everybody was going crazy. And, you know, it felt so good. And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, you know, the feeling that I felt from that, like, yo, maybe I should keep going. So it just made me keep writing music, keep writing rhymes, and eventually over the years I got better. You know, I got better with structuring songs and structuring my 16s. And, you know, it just felt good. Every time I would spit in front of people, I get good response. So that's what really, you know, kept me into keep doing music and fall in love with it. I feel like just bringing more of, you know, good music, just good music, you know, more feel-good music, more, you know, emotional music to the game. I think, you know, a lot of it now is just, you know, glorifying partying and drugs and liquor, and I mean, that's all fine. We all do it, you know, ain't nobody perfect, but I mean, who wants to listen to that 24/7? You understand? So I think it needs to be more artists like Drake, more artists like J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, where it can be a balance to the game. It's only a few artists that has some real substance, where they talking about, they have concepts, and they talking about different things in life, and they talking about, you know, shit that they've been through. You know what I mean? You know, I just feel like I can bring more of that to the game. Me and my team, not just me and my team. I feel like we could bring more to that to the game, where we can level it out, even it out, you know, because it's not a lot of artists who has that. So mostly I feel good music I can bring to the game. Feel good.
Yeah. That's perfect.
I always say triple C's, and that stand for cool, calm, collected, because that's just how I am. If you meet me, I'm always a cool dude. Sometimes I have my moments where I'm funny, and, you know, I could be energetic, but I mean, most of the time, you know, people know me for just being a chill dude. My style is chill. My style is me. Like, whatever I like is what I like. So I can't really put a name on my style. My style is who I am. Whatever I like, what I don't like, that's my style. And that's just the way that I can explain it. Anything I may like, that's my style. You know, I can't really give a name or put a label on it. You know, I am who I am. My music, you know, I would just, you know, it's the same thing. It's whatever I'm in the moment, how I feel. And I may write a song, you know, dealing with problems or dealing with success or, you know, being stressed out or a problem that I had or somebody else may have had. Like, you know, my style is universal. When it comes to music, I would say it's a universal thing. I go off of my feelings. I write off my feelings. And that's just the best way to describe my music. It's mostly just, you know, finding the right beat of how I feel first. You know, maybe if I, you know, it depends on what kind of, you know, emotion I'm feeling at the time or what type of song I plan on my head of making. Of course, it's just finding a beat. You know, once I find a beat, then it's just listening to it over and over and over again until I'm ready to start writing. And in my head, I'm just creating in my head, as in, you know, I'm sitting there and I'm creating flows. Then what I want to talk about. Once I start creating the type of flow, then I create what I want to talk about. Create how much bars should go in a verse, whether if it's 16 or 12 or 24. My concept and what I want to go. All of this is just a building process. Yeah, I actually have something that I'm working on right now. I'm calling it flowetry. And, you know, the definition of flowetry is rhyming with emotion and having emotions in your rhyme. And with this whole mixtape is basically that, you know, it's basically parts of my life in there, things that I experience, and maybe certain things that, you know, people could relate to. Obviously, you know, some of us walk the same path of going through the same thing, so maybe a story that I may tell, you probably been through it. So, you know, that's basically what it is, you know, it's just really life. That's all I can say, it's just life, you know, and I'm trying to keep it strictly like that because I feel like there's more to tell of myself. I feel like more of my fans and new fans who, you know, like, you know, who is this guy? They can learn more from me, learn more of my life, more of the things that I've been through by listening to this mixtape. So I'm strictly putting that together right now. I haven't started writing. I'm in the process of looking through beats. And so far, you know, I found a pretty good selection, but I'm not finished because I really want to take my time with this. So, you know, that's not coming out until sometime next year. But as of right now, I do have another project finished. I'm just trying to put that together too to make sure it's right. Maybe by the end of this year. It's called Turning Point. And, you know, that's really like a colorful type mixtape. It has a lot of commercial type records. You know, a lot of fun for the people. You know, like party records. You know, a lot of enjoyable, feel-good records. They got some parts in there where, you know, I'm talking about some deep things, a couple of songs, not too much. But, you know, you always have to try and put some real in there. I mean, like, you know, parts of my life that I feel like that haven't been spoken yet. So I have parts of that in there, and it's like continuing with flowetry where I'm putting more of my life, more of explaining the things I've been through and maybe why, you know, at some points, you know, I'm stressed and, you know, things I'm going through of that nature. But, yeah, those are the two projects, Turning Point and Flowetry, that I'm working on right now. And we're working on just doing videos right now, doing videos and putting out more material. If you didn't know, I put out a mixtape recently called Motivation. The link is up for that. You know, so you guys can go check it out. And yeah, that's about it. Okay, I said, just finished with interviews and dinner food. Bet you know what I had, shrimp and lobster. Tuck the napkin in the shirt, cause we keep it mobster. Keep it posture, you know we coming straight back. All these fucking problems got me feeling like ASAP.
Talent is like finding a needle in a haystack. So when I find something it's mine, cause no one claimed that. And like wanted purchase is something I never bring back. Met your girl at the club, she said she had a man. Never gave a fuck about you once she knew who I am. Conversations like this, I be at a nigga's bitch house. All up in your bitch couch, all up in your bitch mouth. Telling me she changing, so I'm about to dig your bitch out. I experience often is why I rap more. When you coming home through the front, I'm out the back door. Yeah, Philly niggas know I'm that ball. My team against yours, let's have a shoot off. Don't matter what the cost. See the rat, take a shoe off. Finally upgraded from 2 feet to a 2-door. Been feeling like running a marathon with my shoes off. I'm too boss, Rick Ross. You ain't gotta watch to see what my wrist costs.